Hi friends and Israel fans, come and join me in another episode of Israel with Moshe. So, I'm actually seated on the king's seat or judge seat at the main gate of Dan. If you remember, if you go to the book of Ruth, it says when Ruth went to look for Boaz, this was in a different town called Bethlehem, but when she went to look for Boaz, she found him seated at the city gates because Boaz was one of the elderly people of the city. This is the place where the elderly people would sit. This is the place where the judge would sit. This is the place where the king would sit, and people would bring their cases into the city gate. This is why a gate is not just a gate. Actually, we have here an outer gate, we have here an inner gate. You have to go in about 90 degrees. You have soldiers to protect the gatehouse, and this is the center of life. This is where all happens. This is the municipality, the court, the place where you come to gossip, the place where you come to do business. This is the main entrance, and that's why every city from this time had a major gate like this. This is called a four-room gate. We see that in Megiddo, we see that in other places like Chatzor and like Be'er Sheva, cities from the same period of about 3,000, 2,900 years ago. This is original, this was excavated, and we're going to go up to the upper part of the city and see the sacred place where Jeroboam set his golden calf and his altar as a substitute to the temple in Jerusalem. We are outside a much earlier gate. This is called the Israelite gate or the Canaanite gate or Abraham's gates, a gate from the time of Abraham, about 1,000 years earlier than the gate we saw before from the days of Jeroboam. This gate is called Abraham's gate because it's mentioned in Genesis 14 when the kings from the north came to fight against the king from the south, and they took with them as a prisoner Lot was Abraham's nephew, and the Bible says Abraham took his household and chased them from the area of the Dead Sea all the way up to Dan to return Lot and return all the property they stole from them. He actually chased them cross country from south to north. And so this gate is unique because we don't find many gates from the Canaanite period. Most of the gates at that time were built of mud bricks, and mud bricks doesn't survive. And we only found one in Ashkelon by the Mediterranean Sea, and this is the second one. And that actually indicates that Dan existed already 1,000 years before it was built or taken by the Israelites, and before the gates of Dan were built by Jeroboam and others. This gate is closed now, as you can see. They protect it against water and against rain. It's a very, very important and unique finding. And in archaeology, when you find something like that, you need to preserve it. We actually found only the inner arch out of three arches that used to be the entrance gate, and that original arch is made of mud bricks. And if it was open, you would be able to see the mud bricks that makes the gate and makes the walls around the gate.